This just in.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a little 49ers news update. Some news coming out of Santa Clara that I felt I wanted to get into a little bit, and part of it is involving injuries. And Deebo Samuel misses practice. Kyle Shanahan said he was going to miss practice on Wednesday, and he did. He's working through rib and knee injuries, so he's got some time here. We'll see what happens if he's able to come back, but it's definitely something where he's sore, and the 49ers are starting to get probably a little bit concerned. Also, fellow wide receiver Deebo Jennings is dealing with a shin issue. So Deebo Greenlaw, Deebo Jennings, not at practice either. Greenlaw is working through a low ankle sprain, and Jennings the shin. Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles was back at practice, so that's good news. He's dealing with a low ankle sprain, so the depth there is good. Ambry Thomas is working his way back. He's limited at practice as well. Wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, he's practiced on Monday, and he's back on Wednesday, so he's a limited participant, but good news about Brandon Ayuk potentially coming back and being able to play on Sunday. So injury news, a little up and down. Deebo, we're not sure. Deebo Greenlaw dealing with the low ankle sprain. Let's see what happens when we get later in the week. If the 49ers end up having Deebo and Deebo Greenlaw out there, even if it's limited, they could possibly play. The 49ers also had some interesting roster moves on the practice squad. They signed safety Trey Norwood, cornerback Kendall Sheffield, and tight end Jake Tongas to their practice squad, and then released Jeremy McNichols. So they signed McNichols yesterday and released Troy Fumagalli. Today they released Jeremy McNichols. So McNichols is back out there. So that's interesting that happened. So some moves there from the 49ers. They do this a lot. They run people through their practice squad. That way they can get a good idea who they are. It doesn't mean these guys are going to stick. You might see more players at the same position come through. So we'll see what the 49ers end up deciding to do. But Jeremy McNichols signed and then released. Maybe they're just looking to see where he was at in his recovery from his preseason injury he suffered in San Francisco. And then Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan talked about the contract extension that him and John Lynch received, and he said they did it before the Pittsburgh game week 1. So he said he'd already celebrated with his family, and he felt good. So the extensions were done before the 49ers ever went 3-0. So that is cool that the organization was showing trust in Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. And Shanahan said doing it before the season even started, I think it meant a lot to me. It just shows you how the people that we're with, that we believe in each other despite what could happen, whether we're 0-3 or 3-0, I still will be in the same situation. I really like where we live. I really like the people I work with, and they're committed to giving us a chance to go for it every single year, and that's all I could ever ask for. So great news for the 49ers. They're holding on to their front office and coaching staff for a long time, and that's good. So the 49ers have stability in the organization, and they really needed that stability. There hasn't been stability coming since Harbaugh got there, and then there was all kinds of mixed up and downs. Went through 3 coaches in 3 seasons, and Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have changed the culture and brought that stability, and now I think the 49ers can be very happy about where they're at. So quick injury news, a little injury signings on the practice squad, some Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch news. If there's any more news, I'll bring it to you. Thanks, everyone, for coming through. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe. And remember, the right way is always the 49ers way.